Have you ever seen the bumper sticker, "Friends don't let friends for sale by owner"? All right, neither have I, but that would be cool if there was one. Let's make a note of that. Let's actually do that. Let's get that out there and market it. So just kidding. Let's talk about a trend that's going around with sellers and see if this has crossed your mind recently. You decide that you're gonna sell your home in 2021. The market is hot, things are rolling. Like, how hard could it honestly be? All I need to do is put it up for sale and it's just gonna disappear. Why not save a few bucks in the process? So the minute that you mention that you're gonna be selling your home, you've got a cousin, a brother, an aunt that might wanna buy your home, maybe a neighbor. And so you're thinking, let's go for sale by owner. So let me tell you why this worries me on so many different levels. All right, according to Inman News, here are some of the biggest pitfalls for sale by owners face. Number one, scams happen all the time. Most people don't even know when they're getting scammed when it's happening, okay? And for sale by owners tend to be prey of scammers. Number two, liability is on you as the seller. Are you representing your home properly? Number three, all the legal paperwork is daunting. Four, backing out of a deal could potentially have big financial implications. Five, for sale by owners typically sell for 16% less than when they work with a realtor, and probably more, honestly, in this market. Number six, for sale by owners typically spend about 18% more time on the market and end up not selling in your chosen timeline. Okay, number seven, Inman says that you lack representation. No one is looking out for you. You're on your own. When you hire a real estate agent or an attorney, you're getting representation. Okay, number eight, inspections are problematic. Number nine, marketing is limited, exposure is limited. Do you know where to market your home to get the most exposure so that you can get your home sold for the maximum dollar? 10, hidden costs add up quickly. Do you know what cost to expect as a seller? How would you know? Number 11, time costs sellers money, okay? Those are the 11 things that Inman News says are the biggest pitfalls that for sale by owners face. Still want to have a go at it? I totally get it. You're looking to save some money, and who doesn't want to save some money? A lot of times for sale by owners will ask themselves, did we leave money on the table? And how do you know if you did? Are the contracts filled out properly? Are these things negotiated correctly? One of the biggest pitfalls that I would say is out there is that you just lack exposure for your home. You'll have a longer time for sale, you're gonna have a reduced sales price. We believe that marketing, proper marketing, aggressive marketing leads to exposure for your home, which ultimately leads to the best possible offer for you. Okay, most for sale by owners situations kind of face the reality of limited marketing options and experience. Do you have experience selling your own home? Do you have experience selling big things, high dollar value things? Again, you as the seller would assume all responsibility and liability for the contract, ethics, and legal issues, okay? Disclosure documents change every year. Real estate agents, professional real estate agents will sit in classes for half day or a full day studying each form to make sure that they understand the changes and the nuances, what a form represents, what it doesn't represent, what it says and what it doesn't say. That burden is on them when you've got an agent involved. When you don't, you're just seeing a form and may not understand what's really implied by the legalese that's spelled out on these forms. Now, keep in mind that there is a cost to selling. Even if you're saving money by going for sale by owner, it's not going to be free. You may end up paying for a buyer's agent. If a buyer's agent's involved, they may garner 2.5% to 3% of the sales price. They may already have that arrangement set up with their buyers, so somebody's on the hook for that anyway. The buyers may not be expecting to pay that if they didn't go for sale by owner, if they found a home that was on the market that was listed by an agent, and so that would be covered. If they come to you, they may ask for you to cover that and build that into your sales price. You're going to probably pay the title company. I would strongly suggest that you get title insurance. It's a one-time premium. It is costly, but it's a necessary thing to make sure that you are not sued and that the transfer of title happens properly and appropriately and without encumbrances that would last beyond the sale. If you involve a lawyer, you're going to have to pay attorney's fees. And then you've got all your marketing costs as well. Marketing is not free, of course. So how much money will you spend hiring photographers, doing some of the other things to really get your home optimum exposure. So let's talk about handling showings. Have you thought about this one? How will you handle showings? As a real estate agent, I have a showing service that I employ to handle phone calls. They have a database of agents so that they know who's a licensed agent, who's not. We have follow-up, we have their information, emails, we can garner feedback from them. All these things are things that a real estate agent would typically do, but you may not have thought about on your own if you're doing this on your own. So how will you get feedback? How will you follow up? How will you know if people are giving you correct information, if you've got somebody who's qualified to come in through your house or not? Is this a licensed real estate agent that's showing the property or not? How will you know, okay? What safety issues might there be? And what unlicensed people will come through, strangers, unqualified buyers, those are all things you need to consider. Who will review the title work? Even people who work in title may have a limited understanding of all the things that are involved in a title document. There are obviously people who understand fully what's involved, but to be able to sit there and decipher that, who has the experience that who you will be working with has the experience to review title work with you and understand what's involved, what implications it has for you. Who will handle the closing? Who's going to record documents? Who's going to transfer fees? Who's going to handle HOA information? There are so many steps. There are professionals out there that can help you that are not real estate agents, but honestly, if you're selling it on your own, there's things to consider. Keep this last one in mind. For sale by owners, will typically sell 17 to 25% less on average, according to the National Association of Realtors. You don't want to be in a situation where you're leaving money on the table because you've saved a couple of percent by not hiring a real estate agent. Instead, you've lost out on, if you save 2% and you lost 5%, what's the point? If you lose 10, 15, 20%, that is really not worth it. If you decide that for sale by owner is for you, I have a guide, I have a video on that. It will walk you through some things that I think you need to consider. But let me tell you, I couldn't recommend that any less. As I mentioned to you before, friends don't let friends for sale by owner. It has nothing to do with it just being the fact that it's the way that I feed my family or that I want your business. I really care about the people that I work with. It makes no sense in this market and in most markets to save a couple of percent to be able to potentially lose out on multiple percentages when you can actually. Don't leave money on the table. That's all I'm saying. Don't leave money on the table. Hire a great real estate agent. If you decide you want help, please give us a call. Look us up on our website. Make a comment here on YouTube. Just make sure that we know how to get in touch with you, and we would love to help you out.